Hello, good morning. Well, it's morning here, 6:40 a.m. in fact. So, introduction, number 63. It's been a week or two. I've had a lot of work on. I haven't had time to be messing about with this. However, I do have time now at 6:40 a.m. to make a video. So, this is a topic. Some people that art is an essential subject for children at school, while others think it is a waste of time. Discuss both views and give your opinion. So, what's the two steps? As well as if you have been following with close attention, you will know. First, we've got to paraphrase, right? Once you've made your plan, you've got your opinion, your main ideas down, sentence one, we've got to paraphrase the topic. So, some people think, according to some, it has been argued, others think, others would argue. Essential is vital, could be necessary also. There's a couple of paraphrases that we will see in a moment that don't quite match this. The synonyms don't quite work. At school, to be taught at school, a waste of time and effort, or time wasted, or whatever. Now, art. Now, some people put arts. Now, usually arts implies the liberal arts, the humanities, which is not the same as actual art. So, don't put arts, because it's not the same. Children at school, school children, okay. It's not students, because students we usually apply to older children. Okay, what do I think? Well, I think that while teaching art's good, there's not a lot of jobs for artists. So maybe it's not useful to be taught at school. They could learn it by themselves or at home. But though, art, what it does do is stimulate a child's creativity. So we've got a couple of different things there, okay? We've got both views. Some might say that, it's a waste of time because there's no jobs in art, but others think, well, it could be good because creativity. Okie doke. So let's have a look. Now, the curriculum is the overall program of lessons. It's not an individual subject, so we can't use that. Now, crucial is good synonym for essential, but it's not quite the same. It's pretty close though. Art is a crucial curriculum. Should be lesson or subject for children at school. Others, however, watch that comma, believe that it's not worth learning it. In my opinion, art is of vital importance to children's creativity and job opportunity. I don't know if that means job opportunities in general, but okay, so you can see where that one would be going. The debate, well, you don't have to say that, just say according to some, however, others argue. Okay. Whether art should be a core subject or if it is unnecessary. Art, from my perspective, is vital for the children since it fosters their sense of creativity and assists them to find their innate aptitudes. Now, innate aptitudes, I know what you mean. I don't know if I would phrase it in quite that way. However, people have different views about whether art is unnecessary. That's good. Instead of essential topic for children. Now, students, as I say, we don't usually consider children the students. That's usually at college or at university, just in terms of English there. Or it is a waste of. Now, does not worth to spend time? You mean is a waste of time. So, in my view, art should be taught to children so they can illustrate their dreams and imagination. Okay, now, that's good. Illustrate their dreams and imagination. Very good phrase. Certain individuals, myself included, that's a rather a long-winded way of some people think, hold the belief that the younger generation now, again, younger generation, it's children, that applies to all people. It's like teenagers, usually, At least that's how we usually apply it. So it's not the same as children per se should necessarily. Well, right, of course art is a separate subject. Of course it is. What, do you do art mathematics? Is there physics and art? Is there, I don't know, biology taught using art? Well, no. So obviously it's a separate subject, so we don't need that. It should be essential or vital. So you've got to necessarily study art, right? So we had the essential part there. So just say as a subject, or as a matter of fact, we don't even need that. You can just say, should necessarily study art during rest school days. Okay. Letting time slip. Now, you've tried to paraphrase a waste of time, but that's not very natural. Nobody would actually say letting time slip. Nobody would say, oh, this is a waste of time, I'm not doing it. Oh, this is a waste of time. Oh, this is letting time slip. Nobody would really say that. That's the kind of phrasing that you would probably find in literature, not in an essay. Okay, now, significant is not the same as essential. Not the same. Subject of the school curriculum, or the state that it's not worth spending time on it. Okay, that's good paraphrasing. From my perspective, art is beneficial for children because it helps them develop their creativity and no need for skill. Okay, so as I say, significant is not quite necessarily the same thing. That just means that it's important, which is not the same as essential. Essential means you cannot do without it. Significant means that it is important, not necessarily the same thing. Now, this next one, however, you've put it in the wrong position. However, you used to indicate a contrast. But putting it at the start of a sentence, there is no contrast, so put it in the second position here. So now, and what's this might be? Are there or are there not? Well, yes, there are. So there are some skeptics. Skeptical is a adjective. So you need to make that into a noun. There are some skeptics who think spending the time to learn art is worthless for students. However, put it there, many assert that children should be taught art as an, now that's good, indispensable subject. In my perspective, we usually say, from my perspective, because that's how it works, because it's from a particular point of view, perspective, or simply say, in my view. Art could boost children's ability, therefore it is crucial to acquire. How can you acquire art? Acquire it. How can you acquire art? The skill at art, acquiring skill at art, but again, skill in so that doesn't really make a lot of sense there. Although it is sometimes thought that schools ought to teach children art, other people believe that it's not a critical skill. Now, critical is kind of close. We don't usually use critical. Essential, indispensable, or necessary. And schools should not focus on it. Well, we don't focus on it. They simply teach it. It's not an art school. It's a general school. In my opinion, I consider that youngsters tend to express themselves through artistic skills. Moreover, it could encourage their creativity, good, and help them develop social skills. Okay, make it clear there. But that's good though. According to some, it is necessary for children to study arts. Now, they say arts. When we say the arts, we take that to mean the humanities, the liberal arts, not necessarily art. At school, however, others consider this to be a waste of time. I agree with the former view because I believe that studying art encourages children. Again, I should have said children because it's not students. As I said, we usually use students in English to mean at college or at university, maybe at high school, but not necessarily children at school. To study arts because we usually call, if you're at school, we call them pupils. And students is usually, I say, at college or uni. So kids or pupils, you could use pupils instead. So, not too bad. Let's have a quick recap. Okay, the curriculum, that's the overall program. innate aptitudes. Change it for children. As I said, watch that word order, structure, sentence, a waste of time. Well, of course, it's a separate subject. We could take out that. Letting time slip doesn't really work in terms of paraphrasing. Significant, not the same as essential. Put, however, in the correct position to indicate a contrast. So here it indicates the contrast with a previous clause. Okay, so it works better there. And as I said, artistic instead of art, help them, and arts, art instead of arts. So, all in all, not too bad. Now, I'll just leave our sample here. It has been argued that the teaching of art to school children is a waste of time and effort, whereas others would argue that art is a vital lesson to be taught at school. Okay, so we've got both the views there. This essay will discuss the lack of employment opportunities for artists and also how art stimulates a child's creativity. Okay, now if you read the rest of the essay, which I'm not going to show you, well, maybe I will later. But anyway, in that one, I come down on both sides. I say, well, it's interesting, but also, we have to consider the creativity. So that's it. That's a good introduction, and your introductions also, mostly not too bad, not bad at all. So we've got another subject set, I think, in the group, Intro 64. When we've got enough people have responded, I'll make a video about that. So until then, I'll see you later.